Hello, friends. Welcome to Gurukul. And again, welcome to a new episode of Guru Talk Show. And today we have Angela Dalton. Angela Dalton is basically a biblical natural wellness coach. She teaches the wellness of health and growing yourself spiritually as well as mentally and physically in that realm using her own techniques. So let me hand it over to Angela first, and then we'll take this discussion further. Angela, over to you, please.
Thank you for having me on your show, Andy. I'm grateful to be here. It's a beautiful day. I'm based out of Kansas City, Missouri, United States. I got into biblical wellness and natural health through life experiences, basically. I grew up kind of like an orphan from home to home, and I had a really rough childhood. And so I wanted to make a difference in the world through my life experiences. And I wanted to see people around me succeed because of all the darkness that's happening in the world. So that's how I got into coaching others and wanting to encourage others in biblical wellness and natural health. Would you like for me to tell you about my story, or you have any questions?
Yes, of course. But my viewers are really interested to know about you more. Okay, so that's basically you started very well. It's very disheartening to say that you had a rough childhood. That's how did it impact you as you grew up? And then you said that because that you picked up this practice, but how did somebody guide you? Somebody mentored you? Viewers would like to know about that.
Okay. Well, basically, I came into spirituality through my friends in high school. I had a good group of friends in high school who brought me to church and taught me about spirituality and how to live a better life. And
Mhm.
just seeing how their families lived, I wanted to have a better life for myself as an adult. So I attended Tennessee State University and New Eden College of Natural Health and started to educate myself on how to become better physically, spiritually, and financially.
Mhm.
And so I just started on a path of trying to find my way, trying to find how life works, try to find out how to relate to others, because I wasn't trained on how to really relate with others as a child. And so basically just being self-taught and going to school and just doing a lot of research helped me to grow in my profession today.
I see.
So that's.
Nice, nice, very good, very good. And you can continue. Okay, I was really intrigued with your focus towards the child development and everything. So if you want to continue, please go ahead. Yeah.
Well, and so basically in biblical wellness and spirituality, I've had a lot of supernatural experiences actually. As a child, I experienced some people call it near death experiences because of maybe some trauma that I've been through. They
Mm.
kind of uh, piqued my curiosity in the spiritual world, which also helped me stay on the journey that I am today. And also, um, going through a lot of trauma, I had to deal with emotional eating and not really taking care of myself physically, and overcoming low self-esteem and lack of self-confidence. And so I had to teach myself as an adult on how to have self-control and how to have a positive mental attitude,
Mhm.
and to how to not eat emotionally but have mindful eating.
Mhm.
And um, that brought me fast forward, it brought me to Kansas City, Missouri, in which I studied with Dr. Vaughn. He's a naturopath here in Kansas City. And I'm starting to study with Dr. DeSantis with New Eden College of Natural Health. He's out of Chicago, Illinois. And so
Okay.
basically, I'm studying about different herbs and about cravings, mindful eating, and also um, positive affirmations, how to wake up daily with a positive mental attitude, and how to change your negative mindset into a positive mindset with affirmations and meditations. And so that's what I'm practicing now. That's some of the work that I do, and I try to coach others in this. And so through alternative medicine, studying different herbs and through exercise and studying kinesiology and how the body works, I actually have lost a lot of weight so far. I'm still working on that. Lost a lot of weight, and I'm actually cut medications in half. I'm doing a lot of research right now with metabolic nutrition on how, and
Mhm.
I'm really seeing a lot of clients get off their diabetes medication and blood pressure medication. And I'm teaching a course on finding your purpose, which is a spiritual course. And I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from clients actually knowing what their calling is in life and what they're wanting to do in their careers in life. And so I'm seeing a lot of positive results and a lot of success in what I'm studying and what God is teaching me. And I want to spread the light in the whole world, and I want to see others prosper and grow in every area of their lives. And that's what I want, because there's a lot of darkness in the world, and we need more people to spread light in the world, positive light.
Yeah, true. You hit in the right place. There's a lot of darkness in this world, especially since last 1 year. You're seeing people hold up in their houses. They're trying to communicate. Well, thank God for the technology. Virtually, we can do that, but still, if there is a level of frustration that builds up over a period of time. And viewers, you can build this up, but this will affect every one of us in the long time, right? And the long term, you need to have some kind of a healing, some kind of a spirituality connect, some kind of release of those energies that you are that dark energies that are building up in you, right? So it doesn't mean that in a normal day or in a normal non-corona type of moments or the world, the dark would not be there. Dark forces would not be there. They would still be there, but it just got aggravated now, right? Because you're just so lonely, and then it just builds up very quickly, right? So from
Right.
that aspect, I think everyone, coaches like you, Angela, are really the one who are really helping out our viewers to kind of come out through this. Like they're handling this.
Well, basically, first, my first question, one of the techniques, first step is asking why. A lot of people have questions on why are we here? Why are we fighting this?
Mm.
Why are we on this earth? What is your purpose? And in that first step, I teach on who the creator is, who God is, how the universe works. Because there are laws of the universe. There's there's a lot to learn with it. But we also need to know. I studied a lot of Michael Beckwith's, Reverend Michael Beckwith's teachings and other teachings, a lot of ministers and speakers, and most of them say the same thing. And I believe that God, or the creator of the universe, wants us to succeed.
Yes.
We have to know how the laws work and how that we are put here for success, and that we have to do, there's a lot of things to overcome, but ultimately God wants us to succeed in life. So that's number one. That's step number one. So there's a lot to that.
Yeah,
Walking in
yeah.
love.
No, continue. Please
Yeah.
continue. That's a very good topic where people, they really don't have any opinion, any thoughts. And when you get a chance, please, you should explain that more. Go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And so basically that includes walking in love, loving yourself and loving others is part of that step also. Step two, it goes into step two, it's like a warrior recovery process, a
Mm.
healing process, a healing of just meditating and being conscious of what you need to heal from, maybe bitterness or anger, or some triggers that may trigger a certain attitude or habit that you really don't want to have, you want to get rid of.
Right.
So I teach on how to replace those negative habits with positive habits in your life.
Mhm.
And then we go into finding your purpose and your calling. There's a 5-week course, which is part of the third step on how to find your purpose and calling. And in this course, we go over your past
Mhm.
experiences, compare them with your present experiences and what you want in the future, your goals for the future. And this will help you find your purpose in life. and help you, and we work on your goals and keep and coach you and guide you into your goals and encouragement every week. I give you encouragement every week and just accountability. I have sessions every week, accountability sessions to help you stay on top of your journey and your
Yes.
plans and what you want to do in life. Yes. Yes. And I also believe in building community and relationships. I wholeheartedly believe in being authentic, having authentic relationships, really loving and caring for one another is actually being there for one another and not being in a relationship or communicating with someone to see what you can get from them, but being a giver and seeing how we can help one another and to make ourselves better and to make the world better.
Yeah. Yeah. You said give. Anybody who lives a life, you know, in the long run, I'm not saying every time, but in the long run, they should end up as a producer rather than a consumer all the time, right? So in different parts of life, you are a consumer, but you get a chance to produce something. Produce is to produce something to so that you can give, right? Give to your kids, give to your family. That's the first instance. Then you give back to your society, and then you start giving back to the whole humanity as such, right? So that transition as you progress in your life, it really gives you so much amount of spiritual calmness in you. You try to bring through your life from that point of view. I would say, why not start at the young age of giving little bit and then improving it exponentially as you grow older and older, so have that practices itself in the beginning. And I love it the way you said it, Angela, that, well, first you have to understand your being, what's the purpose of you being there. Have you have any experiences like, how do you achieve that part? Can I want to give you that
Oh
time.
yes.
Mhm.
I've been a jack of all trades. Growing up, I've had an experience as being a truck driver. I have my CDL driving an 18-wheeler truck driver. I just tried everything, just scattered brain. What else? I worked in the healthcare field as a nurse assistant,
Wow.
sales, you name it, just trying to find all kinds of different jobs. But then I started to just slow down and started looking at different speakers, maybe like Tony Robbins or different people who were saying, um,
Mhm.
David Goggins, retired Navy SEAL. He's one of my, I like listening to his speakings, his talks
Mhm.
also.
Mhm.
And they say, what is your motivation? What is your passion?
Yeah.
What you really want to do in life? So I had to really think about that and look at my patterns of what I was doing in my life and say, okay, well, this is what I
Mhm.
really want to do. And I really just had to redirect my actions toward
Mhm.
what I really wanted to do in life and just, put my mind, will, and emotions towards that. And
Mhm.
then eventually, once I found my passions and did some deep meditation and what was really in my heart, what I really love to do, that's when I stepped into my calling.
This is your calling, right, Angela? This is you. You want to serve the people over
Yes, to
here.
serve others.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. Yeah. I mean,
to serve
see,
and to encourage others. Yes.
yeah, I'm no social analyst. I'm no master in that. But certainly I can just see from our current discussion that whatever bad experiences that you had as you grew up as a child, kind of you passed that phase that brought in some level of intelligence within you, some understanding about how to approach a life, and then you had this mentor who kind of guided you into that. So it was leading everything towards your calling, right? And now you're comfortable pretty much to give back to your society. I mean, that's how I see in as a progressiveness, or you can see the progress of your life. You want to add something on that?
Yes, that's right. That listening and just learning from life experiences, that's another key, because a
Mhm.
lot of people will take life experiences and let them beat them down and give up. So I would say never give up. But when something happens to you that you don't expect, ask God why. What am I supposed to learn from this experience? Is and when I learn from it,
Mm.
how can I take the lesson that I learned and teach others to help them succeed and not maybe fail in the same area that I had to learn from. So yeah.
Nice, nice, very good, very good. Yeah. So let's move on to your. We spoke about your life, the way you progressed, your teachings, what you do. What do you see this practice relevant in this today's world? When I say today's world, let me qualify it, right? So you have this coronavirus 2.0. A lot of people are dying across the world. Again, it's not just India. Okay, you go to Brazil, they already crossed 400,000 mark, which is much higher than anybody in India, right? So that's very bad. Even one death is bad, but it's just that's happening across the world. So viewers, again, this is not the first time in a mankind or human history this has happened. Way back in 1918 and 1918 to 1924, 6 years duration, there was again the same kind of okay, I don't want to name it, but there was a kind of a flu that was going on, and that killed about 6 to 7% of the entire population of the world. Okay, so we have not seen this before, not seen this for the first time. We have seen this multiple times, and then there used to be famines, there used to be droughts across, so things have happened, worse things have happened before. But come forward, today's science and technology, we are thankful that we have some vaccines, we have this at the material level, but that's not enough, right? That's not enough, because if you want to enhance our people's mindset, we really need a spiritual aspect to it. That's where I think coaches like Angela come in the picture, and so let me hand it over to her to see that, okay, this scenario, how can anybody can guide themselves to go up, yeah, go ahead, Angela.
Yes, so I was just thinking about India this morning and praying for everyone there. Basically, I was thinking about the different religions in India. It's so many. And then I was meditating on the pre-existence. And so basically, like you said, this has not happened before. We have this stuff on the earthly level, and where we have to learn how to go through traditional medicine sometimes to get healthy, or maybe go through natural medicine. There's natural medicine to get healthy. But the spiritual aspect of it is, how do we find comfort? Because it's so easy to feel sad. You're like, oh my gosh, my loved one passed away. I'm so sad. And just, we go through the grieving process. That's all humans go through the grieving process. But how do we find the comfort in our hearts to say, okay, and not live in despair and say, okay, what does this mean? Why do I even live? Why do I even need to go on? Well, in the spiritual aspect, in many religions, some religions believe that you have more than one life. A lot of religions believe that there's hope in the afterlife. And so basically, I believe in the pre-existence, and I believe in heaven, and I believe in the afterlife. So basically, there is hope, but then we have to focus on that hope and go from there. And so I was just meditating on that and just saying, okay, there's hope, and then there's a way, there's comfort in spirituality that, our ancestors and the people before us have been through this before, and that we have to just really dive into that and just know that everything is going to be okay, even in the afterlife, and just not to be in despair.
True, very true. We do, and that's where the religious angle comes in, the afterlife. I mean, I'm no pundit in saying that there an afterlife does exist, but certainly there are. We want to assume that this soul that is inside of a body, it continues its journey towards the ultimate truth, the ultimate light, that we call it God, right? So well, we are in a journey right now, so it's not just that we are not. And ultimately, the main purpose of the human when they are born in certain times is to perform their duty, their calling, right? And for that you need a guru to help you understand what is your calling. Some people are really smart, they can understand their own callings, so kudos to them. But some are not, many are not, rather, and they would like to see the calling. And that's where the spirituality comes in the picture, irrespective of whatever is the religion. all religion teaches the same thing, is ultimately to pray the Almighty. There's God, or there's one God, right? So from that aspect, there are practices which Angela brings in. She brings in a lot of understanding. She's got mentors who keep on developing these practices to keep it modern across the world and keep it contemporary across the world. So that's where I think Angela would brings that value in everybody's life. So if we say that, Angela, do you want to have some thoughts about what are some practices that you do? Would you like to say something on that?
Oh, positive affirmations. I like meditating on scriptures
Mhm,
daily, like
mhm,
out of the Bible, Jeremiah 29:11. Like, you have a hope in the future,
mhm.
um, that you're loved with the everlasting love. There's a lot of scriptures I meditate on, a lot of positive ones that God wants you to have an abundant life.
Mhm.
And even about healing, he wants you to walk in healing. And that's more of the natural path part of it. There's a lot of scriptures about herbs and leaves and
I see.
stuff that I like to study. And that you're wise, and um,
I
that
see.
God wants you to be successful in
Mhm.
life, and that you can overcome, and don't be weary in well doing, and don't give up.
Right.
There's a lot of scripture I like to meditate on that also. So that's my main practice that I
Awesome,
do.
awesome. And viewers, the power of affirmation is well known. Is well known, but the way you practice it is also very critical. You can ask for and being an affirmative person, but asking some wrong things for yourself, and that's where the decoupling of what you want and what you need is goes on, right? So that's life, and it's never the straight line. It's zigzag always. And being affirmative, practicing the affirmations and techniques really helps to be sane in this insane world, right? Not just Corona
Yeah.
time, insane world. The world is insane. If you look, even if when you're going out, sitting in the car in the traffic jam, that's insane, right? So it's up to that level. From that power of affirmation. No, let's discuss more on this, Angela. Okay, let me give it to you open-ended question. What is power of affirmation? What it is actually. Please explain this to our viewers, even though they know it.
Basically, it's your soul, your mind, will, and emotions. Just getting out of negative thinking into positive thinking, and
Mhm,
just a lot of times life, like for me, an example of life, we get carried away with the cares of life in this world, and it can get to us. So it's just a way to de-stress and
mhm,
just not think negative, because a lot of times I may tend to wake up and think, well, you know what is this worth? Why do this? And sometimes I forget. If I don't meditate, I can forget about what my purpose is and why I'm doing the things that I do every day. And I can just be like, well, forget it. I don't, and just give up and not do anything for the day, not do anything constructive. So that's where meditation comes in. So I have to remind myself, okay, first thing in the morning, I get up and then I say these words of affirmation. I say them and I think them, and I put them in my mind, will, and emotions, and walk in them throughout the day. And that will help me to counteract any negative thoughts or depression or anxiety or doubt or discouragement. So basically, it's just really changing your whole mindset into a positive mental attitude. It's
mhm.
really what affirmation is.
That's basically the techniques that you use is when you get up in the morning, have a routine, right? Have a positive routine. Tell yourself
Yes.
what's gonna be, right? Awesome.
Yes, and just worship. I like music. Personally, I like to worship. I like to play positive music. I
Mhm,
don't I'm very careful throughout the day what I listen to, what I watch, what goes in my eyes and my ears, and what comes out of my mouth every day.
mhm.
That's part of it. And so you not only use the meditation, the technique in the morning, but you carry it with you throughout the day, and you're just more conscious and aware of your environment and what kind of environment you want to have throughout the day to keep you in a positive mood and keep you going and encouraging yourself and encouraging others. And that's how you be a light in the world, you know. And so when something happens, maybe somebody cut you off in traffic throughout the day or something, you like, instead of getting angry, you can be like, take
Yeah,
a
that's
breath
very
and say,
true.
okay, it's gonna be okay. Maybe pray for the person, you know, just little incidents like that. It really helps you get through the day. Yeah.
Yeah, true. You know, you said very good thing. That the road rage itself comes when, you know, this all these fingers showing and all this when somebody cuts you, you really become upset. You know, you should be upset. You know, because there is a system in a way. Just everybody should follow the same way. But somebody who is really in is messed up right now, and then you try to kind of go and after him, it doesn't is unpleasant situation, right? So affirmation kind of brings you down to earth, makes you cool and allows, because you're not in a racing car more, you're just driving on a car on the road, right? Street road. Okay, Angela. So if you look at and the way the present scenario is, you were talking more about the affirmations, right? And affirmations is a positive technique. You get up with a routine and then keep yourself calm, collected. But it's not so simple to practice, right? Have you gone through some kind of a challenges that you have faced as you are training or teaching your folks about how to practice those things?
Yes, I go through the challenge of just getting too busy in life,
Mm,
and really my challenge has been time management and setting priorities. So when I get too busy and I
mm,
don't take a break for myself throughout the day, I seem to get overwhelmed and exhausted through the activities of the day, and
mm,
then I will fall back into not doing my meditation or doing healthy practices that will help me. So just the busyness of life will
mm.
it could be my weakness. That's a challenge sometimes. Yes.
Nice, nice. Okay, amazing, amazing. So very good. I think we covered all your topics basically from what I wanted to speak to you about. Would you like to say something more about yourself, or rather talk directly to my viewers? You tell them, you spend your 2-3 minutes of what message you want to give to them. They are very much interested to hear you. Okay, so Angela, please, over to you for final 2-3 minutes of whatever time you would like to take to talk to my viewers, please.
Okay. So an encouraging message that I would like to say to your viewers is to never give up. And if you're going through a traumatic experience right now, or if you are going through grief from a loss, or even you're going through maybe an addictive habit, that there is hope. There is hope in the future for you. Um, there is a creator who loves you. There is a way that you can open your heart to the creator, and there is help for you to overcome these obstacles. And I can help you and teach you the way to replace any negative habits that you may have, or to help or show you how to heal your heart and show you the steps to take to walk in a journey of healing for your heart, and you know, and for your soul, and even to live a better life physically and financially. There's a lot of knowledge out in the world. God has given us a lot of tools. It's 2021, and there's a lot of knowledge and tools that I want to help you learn to overcome any obstacles in your life and to live a better, successful life, because I want you to succeed. My motivation is love. I'm called here on this earth to heal the brokenhearted and to set the captives free from any oppression and depression that you may have. And I want the best for you in all areas of your life. So that's what I want. And just reach out, just talk and communicate, because being isolated is not the answer. You know, having a relationship and community is the answer, and you want to be around people who really care for you and who are really authentic. And I want to provide that community for this world, so and make and teach others how to be that light in this world and spread love to others. Yes.
Yes, yes. And being in a community is what we are, right? We are really a social animal, irrespective of whatever, wherever we are born. and whom we are born to, right? So good words, good parting words, really words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Angela, for your coming today to on our talk show. We would like to see you again. Of course, my viewers want to learn more about you, as well as your practices and your findings on what's going on in this part of world, as well as in this part of knowledge. So thank you so much again, and viewers, thanks again for viewing this Guru Talk Show. We would like to see you in another episode. Take care.